Having a wonderful day. My name is Dr. Boyce Watkins, and today I want to talk about Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, and I want to compare it to Sha'Carri Richardson. This is an economic lesson where we get an opportunity to understand what corporate sponsors are looking for and why Sha'Carri is pretty much unendorsable from a corporate sponsorship standpoint, and why Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce literally has made herself into the gold standard in this particular area. So get comfortable, buckle up your seatbelt. We're going to get started on the Black Financial Channel right now. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Black Financial Channel. That's theblackfinancialchannel.com. My name is Dr. Boyce Watkins. I'm your friendly neighborhood finance professor. On the Black Financial Channel, we talk about Black wealth and Black economics every single day because I want you to get rich. We talk about Black wealth because I want your family to prosper. We talk about Black wealth because Black people deserve to have everything. We talk about Black wealth and the B1 philosophy because we believe that our people are important people and that we deserve to have a piece of the American dream and the global economic dream. If you agree with the B1 philosophy, put a hashtag B and the number one in the chat, hashtag B1. If you're educating your kids, put a B1 in the chat. If you are loving on a Black woman, put a B1 in the chat. If you're loving on a Black man, put a B1 in the chat. If you love Black people and want to see us win, put a B1 in the chat. I want to say good morning to Terry Cobb, Jones from Minda, Christina Littles. How are y'all doing? Now, I'm in Atlanta right now. My wife is actually hosting a speed dating event on July 22nd at the Black House at the Legacy Center, which you can find out more about that at boycewatkins.com. But anyway, I'm here in Atlanta and my Wi-Fi is a little bit weird. So give me a yes in the chat if you can hear me okay. Just let me know if you can hear me okay. That way I can know I'm not talking to myself and I'm not having any technical issues. So if you give me that yes in the chat, that'll help me move forward. So so if you go to boycewatkins.com and you're single and you want to mingle, July 22nd is when it's going down at the Black House. So you can go to boycewatkins.com to find out more about drama-free speed dating. But anyway, let's get to it. Let me ask you another question. Yes or no? Yes or no? So Dennis, Irma, and Mark, I want to ask you, have y'all been following the World Championships? Have you been following the Extraordinary World Championships? Please let me know you've been watching the World Championships. These athletes deserve all of your attention. They are so good at what they do. I watched Fred Curley become the world's fastest man in a great race where he was almost beaten by Marvin Bracey and Trayvon Bromell. I mean, the American team is tight. The American men did a sweep, and it was awesome to watch. And then I saw the Jamaican women do a sweep with Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, and Sharika Jackson, and the other sister. Why does her name keep escaping me? But somebody say her name in the chat because she deserves to be heard because she's extremely good. But anyway, so it's been really exciting to watch. And as soon as y'all say her name, I'm going to repeat it because I feel bad that I don't know her name. But anyway, but the sister that got third was the one I thought would actually get first. And Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce somehow, miraculously, I don't know how she does it, but she's almost like kind of like the Black female Tom Brady or Michael Jordan, where you can never bet against Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce. She always seems to step up in the big moments. She's a 5-time world champion in the 100 meters. First time I believe anybody's ever done that, or at least in the 100 meters. And so I think Elaine Thompson-Herah, thank you, Elaine Thompson-Herah. Elaine Thompson-Herah. I need to say her name over and over because I keep forgetting her name. Every time I try to say it, I keep forgetting it. But anyway, all right, so let's jump into it. So I saw Shelly-Ann run this race. And y'all know I'm a big track and field fan. I mean, I follow all the track athletes on Instagram and Twitter and all that. I follow Sha'Carri Richardson. I follow Shelly-Ann. I follow Elaine Thompson-Herah. I follow Fred Curley. I follow all the best track athletes, Marvin Bracey, my homeboy, actually my buddy who actually ran for the same high school that I did 20 years later, of course, Ronnie Baker. I follow him, and Ronnie, I believe if Ronnie had been out there, I believe he had a good shot at being world champion. There was not a single man in the 100-meter final that Ronnie has not beaten at some point in his career. So just so you know, I'm going to go ahead and say it out loud right now. I believe Ronnie Baker will be the next world champion in the men's 100 meters. So with that said, though, I watched, the races, and I'm going to tell you, you guys know I'm a financial guy, and I pay attention not just to the athletic part of it because I've always been an athlete and I love sports and all that, but I also think about just the business side. The business side is really big in any sport. The business side matters. There was a whole controversy this week, for example, because a white girl at the University of Kentucky, gosh, I don't know what her name is in my head, Abby Steiner. Abby Steiner just signed a $2 million deal with Puma. And everybody said, oh, that's racism. Why'd you give the white girl $2 million when the black athletes don't get $2 million? And I agree. I mean, is there racism inherent in the system? There absolutely is. But at the same time, Abby Steiner, unfortunately, she has the same little extra corporate sponsor benefit that an Elvis Presley has, right? Elvis can sell more records with the same music than a black guy could. That's why they put a white guy on the songs, right? But even though they took it from us, we know what it is. Eminem can sell a couple more albums than a black guy with equal talent. We know what it is, the Great White Hope kind of thing. But that's the other issue, though, right? From a business standpoint, the size of the addressable market is really what's relevant, right? There are more white people in America than there are black people. So if you have a product that mostly white people are going to buy, I don't necessarily blame white people for wanting to see themselves in their products and in the things they buy. I know I like to see myself. When I go see a movie, I like to see black people on the screen. I don't necessarily need to see white people or Asian people or Jewish people. I don't dislike them. I just love myself. So honestly, to be just 100% truthful with you guys, I don't expect a white person to love me as much as a black person is going to love me. I just don't. It doesn't make a lot of sense. So there is a little bit of a bias, right? And it is because people are trying to be sinister. I don't know, but I would say at the end of the day too, black people have to think about what we own and own the businesses that we want to control, so that we can make the decisions in terms of who gets what money and all that other stuff. If you're not the owner, then you have no say. So I encourage you to own things. So everybody type the word ownership in the chat. If you get this, type the word ownership in the chat. Now let's get more specific to talk about Sha'Carri Richardson and Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce. Okay, so here's the deal. I believe that Sha'Carri Richardson would be. I really wish she could get mentored by Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce. Like I wish Sha'Carri, and I know it ain't gonna happen. They're rivals and stuff, and Shelly-Ann kind of sunned her a little bit with that when she gave her that look, where she's kind of looking over at her, kind of laughing. Like, okay, you're getting all this attention, but you just got last place. And Sha'Carri noticed because she put that up as her profile pic on her Twitter page. I follow Sha'Carri on Twitter, and I pay attention to how both of them carry themselves, what the things that they say, and I see it from a lot of different angles. I see it a lot of it from a business standpoint, because this is a business. Sports is a business. If you don't know it's a business, then now, if you don't know, now you know. Sports is a business, and I can just tell you this: the interview that Sha'Carri Richardson did after that pretty embarrassing loss at the Prefontaine Classic was probably the worst sports interview I've ever seen. It literally was the worst. I literally was sitting there thinking, did this poor young lady get any media training from anybody? Like, did anybody ever sit down with her and say, this is how you do an interview? Or, and I'm sure somebody tried. I'm sure she must have ignored those people, or maybe in the heat of the moment, she was triggered. A lot of us as black folks will say, let's be real, African Americans, we go through a lot of trauma as children. So sometimes we get easily triggered. So maybe losing and getting embarrassed made her just feel like, I'm just mad. I'm going to talk my shit right now. I don't care what the consequences are. And I get that. I understand that. But at the same time, discipline is what's required to be successful at the highest levels. And this is my first point, actually, in terms of where I think Sha'Carri could benefit by either getting direct mentorship from a Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, or at least studying her life. Another person would be like, say, Allison Felix. These are two women who have shown extraordinary discipline throughout their careers. You would be hard pressed to find a single interview in the media where Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce or Allison Felix got out there and just acted a complete ass. You won't find an interview like that. You won't find that. You won't find any scenario, whether they won or lost, where they went out and just let it all hang out and just acted a damn fool in front of the world, especially on live TV. They just haven't. You go to Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce's Instagram. I challenge you to do that. I challenge you, if you really want to understand what professionalism looks like, go to Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce's Instagram. And what you're going to find is a hardworking mom who smiles a lot, who keeps herself in excellent shape, who has dreams to represent Jamaica and become world champion and all these other things. Like, that's what you're going to find. Like, I'm looking at her Instagram right now. You know what I see? I see first I see a little endorsement from Vienna Kids Mommy Rocket, right? So they're saying she's a mom. Ooh, she can sell Vienna sausages to moms. So that's money. Cha-ching. Everybody say cha-ching in the chat. She's making money off that. Then I see a picture of her just sitting there smiling, holding up the peace sign, just smiling, looking good, like looking happy, looking like a happy mom, and get ready for a big track meet. Then I see her sprinting and getting first place. Then I see another image of her just sitting there smiling on the track, working out with her coach. And then I see another sponsorship from the Pocket Rocket Foundation or something. And then I see her again holding up the peace sign, stretching with a beautiful smile. And so I'm going through, and all I'm seeing is smiling and winning and money, and smiling and winning and money. I don't see nothing ratchet. I don't see her posing with Nicki Minaj. I don't see her twerking. I don't see her cussing nobody out. I don't see her complaining about the world. I don't see her bitching at her friends. I don't see her talking about how she mad at her ex-girlfriend or ex-boyfriend because he did her wrong. I don't see none of that. I see smiling. I see mommy. I see sponsorships. I see winning. That's her brand. And this is important to understand. You know, when it comes to money, branding matters. How you brand yourself is important. You knew about branding back in high school. Think about this. In high school, give me a yes or no. In high school, did you know who the cool kids were, who the popular kids were in high school? Give me a yes or no. Back in high school, did you know who the nerdy kids were in high school? Did you know that? Well, that was a brand. They had formed a brand as the nerdy kids. In high school, did you know who the jocks were? Yes or no? That they formed a brand. In high school, did you know who the slut was? Who the town hoe? Who the hoes were? The fast girls. That was a brand. Right? And here's the thing. The popular girls might not want to hang out with the fast girls because they don't want everybody thinking that they're a fast girl. That's called brand association. Kids understand this. Kids understand, like, look, if I get seen hanging with the nerds, people are going to think I'm a nerd. Or if I'm a nerd and I hang with the cool kids, then I'm going to get prettier girlfriends because all the girls are going to want to date me because I'm hanging out with the cool kids, or I dated the prettiest girl in school. Nick Cannon did a whole movie about that. He did a whole movie about that where he dated the most popular girl in school. That instantly made him more attractive to all the women. That's called brand association. So brand management and brand association, these are concepts you've always understood. Unfortunately, I really wonder if Sha'Carri Richardson was ever trained on what it looks like to manage a brand and what it means to consciously build and develop and maintain that brand. Because Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce she could go teach class at Harvard right now. Without running another inch for the rest of her life, Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce could go teach a class on branding at Harvard right this second because this woman has managed her brand with excellent, extraordinary precision. So here's the deal. I think that with Sha'Carri, here's what I saw with Sha'Carri Richardson. Super talented. I followed her since high school. I saw her at LSU. Could have been world champion in my opinion. She just got distracted. She got caught up in the hype. She got caught up in hip hop culture, which unfortunately has a lot of toxic elements to it, a lot of arrogance, a lot of in your face, a lot of mean, nasty behavior, right? A lot of sore loser mindset, right? And I saw all these things, and that's what ruined her. Sha'Carri probably lost $100 million in the last year from potential opportunities she would have had if she stayed cool, just ran fast, smiled as much as possible, and kind of kept going. I see part of what she's doing. She's trying to do this FloJo thing, with the sort of extravagant outfits and everything, and that was almost working for her when she won at the U.S. Nationals. She maintained that, but then things got a little bit weird. It got a little bit weird where you wondered, like, what's going on with this poor lady's mental health, and because somebody needs to intervene because she's going to end up losing a lot of money over this. And so when I look at those two women, those two very talented women, who I'm gonna tell you all the truth. I'm a big track fan. I used to be a track coach. Sha'Carri on a good day could give Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce a good race. I don't think she could beat her, honestly. I don't think she could beat, if they're both at their best, Shelly-Ann wins. However, Sha'Carri could give Shelly-Ann a race, but let's pay attention to the difference. Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce is now the world champion. Sha'Carri didn't even make the finals of the U.S. Nationals. And then after that, I watched her in the press interviews, and she gave some more horrible interviews. She went up and complained about the pressure that media puts on athletes, as if she's speaking for all athletes, and even athletes who had won Super Bowls and NBA championships and world championships were looking at her like, girl, you just got here a week ago. How are you speaking on behalf of all athletes? Who made you the Martin Luther King of athletes? Like, what in the hell makes you think you're the spokesperson for all athletes? Again, more arrogance. So I'm just going to say this from a business and corporate standpoint. If you want to understand how to brand yourself in the way that's going to make corporations happy and want to work with you, go look at Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce. Corporations don't like a lot of risk. Unfortunately, Sha'Carri presents a lot of risk. They don't know what she's going to do. She comes off as unpredictable, and you can't even predict whether or not she's going to show up and actually win. Shelly-Ann has provided tremendous amounts of consistency both on the track and off the track, and that's one of the reasons why a corporation will be much happier to partner with her than they would with a Sha'Carri. I'm not dissing a Sha'Carri. I'm just giving y'all a financial lesson to start your day. Now, by the way, do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button, thumbs up, share, subscribe. Just a reminder, I'm in Atlanta this week. If you live in the Atlanta area, my wife is hosting a drama-free speed dating event. She's a couples counselor and a relationship therapist. So she likes to do speed dating and matchmaking. She did it at the All Black National Convention last year. A couple literally got married from the speed dating event. So she got super pumped about that. So she's doing one in Atlanta on July 22nd. If you're interested, just go to boycewatkins.com. Also, I'll be in Philadelphia this week. And on July 22nd, I'm going to be racing with the Urban Youth Racing School. They're having a big Grand Prix. Some NASCAR racers are going to be there. I think one of the guys, Kyle Larson, who's is the top guy in NASCAR, is actually one of the racers. So I'm going to be actually doing this celebrity racing thing in Philadelphia this week. So if you want to learn more about that, just go to boycewatkins.com. The links are all there. So feel free to go take a look. All right. So another quick point I'm gonna say here, and I'm gonna throw this out here, is, Sha'Carri, her best opportunity to make money, in my opinion, was right after she got banned from the Olympics for having cannabis in her system. When Sha'Carri got banned for the cannabis thing after she had just dominated the U.S. Nationals, that's how talented she is. That was her opportunity, in my opinion. If I were her friend, I would have said, girl, you can go get you big money with a cannabis company. At the very least, all these cannabis firms have millions of dollars. They're looking to get their weed brand out there. You could do a straight Snoop Dogg on it, and it ain't nobody gonna get mad at you for it. They're gonna love you for it. Just stay cool, keep winning, and then go get your paper. Go sign your deals. In fact, maybe we're gonna take you off the track for a while so that we don't expose you, like the boxers. That's what they do with boxers. If they don't want the boxer to get beat, they'll just delay his next fight, and they'll make people anticipate the fight, right? So I would probably say, look, let's get you off the track for a while. Your last race was a big win. Everybody knows who you are. Everybody knows you smoking, and that's okay. I'm not judging. And let's go get you a deal with a cannabis brand. We're going to get them to sign you for $5 million and make it a big lifetime type or massive contract so that you're protected financially, even if you come back out and you can't win. That was her big opportunity. And I believe that she blew it when she went out there in the Prefontaine Classic. I don't think she was ready. I really think she was unprepared. The reason I think she was unprepared is because as a track coach and a huge track fan, and as a former track athlete, I was captain of my track team in high school. It is very, very rare for an athlete to go from running a 10.7 to 11.2. Like, y'all don't understand. Y'all don't understand how rare it is to go from running a 10.7 to an 11.2. Or that means that you maybe were never a 10.7 athlete in the first place. Maybe it means you're injured and something's wrong with you. Like, that's just weird. I never knew an athlete ever in high school who normally ran 10.7s, who ran an 11.2, who wasn't severely injured. That's not just a bad day. That's like, what the hell's wrong with your legs? Because you obviously must be running backward, because a 10.7 athlete does not run 11.2. Okay. And so ultimately something was going on. I don't know what it was. And also the way she handled it afterward was really sad. And also I would say that, that in contrast, if you want to look at the template and the blueprint, I think Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce has it right. And again, I can literally summarize. My wife and I were talking about this. We could summarize the things that sponsors do and would love about Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce. She smiles a lot. She's very, very fast. She smiles a lot. She wins a lot. She's very humble. She's a mom. Moms relate to moms. Do you agree or not agree? She has a lot of flair and style with the beautiful colored hair. She had the Jamaican flag colors in her hair. That's going to make people in Jamaica love her even more. And that's going to get her endorsement deals. So just pay attention to that when you talk about branding, or if you become a boss and you run a company and you're looking to decide to sponsor someone in order to support your brand. Look for people like a Shelly-Ann, or if you're looking for people to do business with, look for people like a Shelly-Ann who are consistent winners, who are very mature and consistent, because those are the best people to do business with. When a corporation sponsors an athlete, they're pretty much taking on a business partner. It's just like dating somebody or marrying somebody. Do you want to marry or date somebody who's volatile, crazy, inconsistent, and loses half the time? Or do you want to date somebody who is a winner, who is very consistent, who always finds a way to come out on top, who's gonna show up with graciousness no matter what the outcome is? Well, that second person is the person you want to date. That's the kind of person you want to marry. So if you ever want to know why your relationships go bad, it might be because you're dating losers, right? Stop dating losers. Pick you a winner, not a chicken dinner. The winners are the ones who are always going to find a way to win, and it's not just a matter of luck, right? It's not just a matter of, oh, they did that to me. That's the other thing too. When Sha'Carri did not take responsibility for her loss, or sort of started blaming things on the media, or making everybody into a villain, that only made her look that much worse, because it means you can't even take accountability for what happened on that track. So just from a business standpoint, I'm just going to tell you, Shelly-Ann's got it right. I'm super impressed with this young lady. She's not a young lady now; she's 35. But my lord, she's just on point. The only other person I can think of that's that much on point might be an Allison Felix. Allison, as far as the female athletes go, there are a few others though who I'm really impressed with. Sydney McLaughlin. I think is awesome. She's a hurdler. You got to watch her in the World Championship. She's extremely good. Athene Mo, super intelligent, just an awesome Black woman. And we got to support these sisters, right? I know we see what the men are doing, and the men are killing it. The men are great. I love to watch Michael Norman and Fred Curley, and then there's a great rivalry between Noah Lyles and another Arian Knighton, the 18-year-old kid who people believe could be the next Usain Bolt. So these are excellent. This is Black excellence everywhere, y'all. But I really encourage you to go check some of these athletes out, and because I think there are a lot of lessons to be learned, and also a lot of great talent to explore and kind of check out. All right, guys. So anyway, I'm gonna get on out of here. I'm gonna go hang out with my wife for a little bit before I get on my airplane. And I want to remind you guys again, if you want to join Alicia in Atlanta for the speed dating event, just go to boycewatkins.com. It's going to happen on July 22nd. I'll be in Philadelphia on July 22nd for for the celebrity race with the NASCAR drivers. There'll be a lot of NASCAR drivers there if you want to check some of that out. Also next week on the 29th through the 31st, the Black Wealth Builders Summit is being hosted in Detroit. That's really worth attending. Herb Strather is the sponsor. We are partnering with him. Herb and Gary Shelton, who are two guys that are working on this together, they have both done over $1 billion in real estate deals. These are guys that you really want to learn from. So if you're into that kind of thing, or you're living near Detroit, or you want to fly in, you just go to boycewatkins.com. You can get a pass to that event. And the last piece here is, if you don't want to go anywhere and you're just sitting at home and you want some good information, I actually created some content on stock options this week that you can have for free. Basically 5 ways that stock options can actually improve the value of your portfolio and put money in your pocket right now. So if you're interested in that kind of thing and that gets your goat, then please feel free to go to drboyceoptions.com. That URL's on the screen. All right, so hit the thumbs up button. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Let's go make some money. Stock market's doing great today. I'm going to chime back in a little bit later and tell you guys what I'm seeing as far as the market. There's a lot of interesting things happening there. God bless you. Thank you for listening. Love you guys, and I will see you soon. Take care. Peace.